So most of the traders are actually struggling when it comes to identifying these kind of setups. And even though they find these setups, they're actually struggling to enter. But I'll be, teaching you something which I've already learned, and I'll be sharing you my knowledge. So how to identify these things when it comes to A++ setup. Okay, so when it wasn't clicking, like I was one of you guys. Okay, so when it wasn't clicking for me, I was constantly making every mistake as a trader, also the analyst, right? So it's very important to be an good analyst as well as the trader. If you don't understand the ICT concept, okay, if you don't understand whatever the ICT concept you just learn, you're just simply gonna fail. That's it. As a trader also, if you don't have a plan, you're just gonna fail, right? So that's why most of them failed. And yeah, I was actually struggling with that. So I'll be teaching you how to frame a trade here. So what is a change in the state of delivery? Okay, so the change in the state of delivery when price changes its state from bullish to bearish or bearish to bullish. So in this case, you can see that it just dropped here, right? So the bearish price action, bearish leg here, after tapping into a key level, it just rallied higher, disrespected this up closed candle, right? And then creates a down closed candle, which means a bullish order block, right? So it's changing its bearish state to the bullish. This is actually called the change in the state of delivery. You just need to wait for a candle closure. You don't need to simply, rush into trades without a candle closure here. This candle closure here is must. And this is what sums up the change in the state of delivery. Vice versa for bearish, okay? So what is actually the liquidity sweep? The stop hunt often high or low that traders get stopped out. Okay, so the traders will get stopped out here on this low, shorting this, and then maybe the longing this, giving the stop loss here. So it'll be the liquidity sweep, which means a stop hunt. Okay, so not every liquidity hunts and the change in the state of delivery indicates you the price. It's true. Okay, so everywhere you see the price sweeps the liquidity or maybe the change in the state of delivery. No, it won't actually work everywhere. You need a solid logic. Okay, so you need a framework, you need a logic, everything. Without the logic where the price is actually going, okay, so or maybe the price is actually where it's heading towards. If you don't know that, you're just simply gonna fail. That's it. I'm gonna be combining the time and my model and my psychology criteria and the plan for you guys. Okay, so when I was actually struggling, I found the MMXM trader who just narrates the ICT concepts, right? He's a master in that. He's one of the master. He's the best master, right? And then I just learned from him the time, how to combine things, and the understanding was actually better, so that I can just teach you now that. So how traders getting trapped. Okay, so in the struggles in the execution and FOMO. See, I was one of you, right? Everyone makes a mistake. So even though I know what is a change in the state of delivery and then the liquidity sweep, I struggled in the entry part. Like, entering the trades without a change in the state of delivery. Let's say this candle just opens up, creates a low, and then flies higher. So we just need to wait for a candle closure, what I just told you before. We just need to wait for this candle to print, right? And close. And then it should create a change in the state of delivery order block, disrespecting this up close candle, which is a bearish order block, right? So you don't need to rush into a trade where you think that this is going to be a change in the state of delivery without a candle closure. That's very important. I was one of you where I just simply enter up here without looking at the candle closure, and then immediately this just wicks up here, and this becomes a liquidity sweep, and then my stops getting violated. You shouldn't be that. You should be thinking clearly. Okay, so you should be waiting perfectly for the change in the state of delivery after liquidity sweep, and then you should enter. That's the most area where the traders actually struggle. Okay, now I got a strict plan for this, how you can just simply stick yourself into a A plus plus setup. Okay, only the A plus plus setup. There is no excuse on that. So there will be key time, which is a 9:30 for the Nasdaq traders. Okay, the indices will be the 9:30 key time for the Nasdaq. Now we can just use the opening price of a candle, high time frame candle here. I'll be showing the chart example, don't worry. Okay, or maybe the red folder. Okay, so it should be the manipulation here and the liquidity sweep and the change in the state of delivery. Without this, you shouldn't be entering. Okay, so I'll be combining the one thing, which is an SMT in the charts. Okay, I'll be showing example on the chart when it comes to SMT. Let's dive into the charts.
I've been trading with goat funded futures. I have a 50K live account. I'll be breaking down the trades I just took on that account. So if you're looking for a best futures firm, link in the description. The goat funded futures is actually the best.
All right, so we are on the Nasdaq chart here, right? And even though if you have a strict entry criteria and then the moral, you will be struggling with the entries and then the psychology, right? And you should need to fix that only if you have a very strict plan. Okay, so discipline and everything. I can see we are on the hourly chart on the Nasdaq, right? So premium versus discount, right? The basic stuff of ICT, premium versus discount. Now I can see that is an FVG, right? Key level at discount. Now you got to focus on the SMT. And SMT is just nothing but a crack in correlation, right? So when the correlated asset of Nasdaq takes out the low and the Nasdaq didn't, it will be an SMT here, right? So this is a Nasdaq and this is a correlated asset, which can be the ES or maybe the YM. Okay. So if it just takes out this low and Nasdaq didn't, this makes an SMT and indicates that the price of the Nasdaq is actually strong. Okay, that's how we're just gonna protect our stops and then position ourselves into the right asset. I can see there's an SMT, right? With YM. If I just go to the YM chart, yeah, now you can see there's an SMT, right? Which means YM just took out these lows, right? And Nasdaq didn't. Nasdaq didn't, which makes an SMT. This is actually called the SMT. And now you got to focus on the 5-minute time frame, which will be the lower time frame there. Okay, you just need a key time. Okay, you just need a key time. See that as an SMT, key time, SMT, key level. So what is the key time? That is 9:30, right? And what 9:30 did? It just dipped back into the discount, right? And created a manipulation liquidity sweep here, and then the range low, which will be the liquidity sweep here also, right? And the change in the state of delivery here is actually very large, right? And yeah, there's a change in the state of delivery, which means we have an up closed candles here, right? Which means some bearish order blocks. And then it just dropped here, creating in down closed candles, FVG, okay, FVG, disrespected the FVG here, creates an inversion fair value gap, right? Inversion fair value gap, and then rallies up higher, creates a change in the state of delivery, creating this down closed candles now. So in this case, this is actually the very largest range here where you can just simply maybe skip or maybe you can just long this here on the inversion FVG, because if you have an experience on this, definitely you will be longing this. Okay, and stops on the low. And yeah, this is in larger range. Let's look at another example here. Okay, so it will be the next day, I think. So if I just go to the 4-hour chart, okay, yeah, sorry for that. If I just go to the 4-hour chart, now we can see that is an internal range liquidity, right? Remember about my last video, the internal and then the external range liquidity. What you can see is it just tapped into the internal and played out external, right? Remember, just to ignore about this price action. This is in some kind of weird price action here at the late night, a late PM session. Okay, okay. Now you gotta focus on the hourly time frame, right? So it made a stop hunt here, right? And SMT is must here. Now you can see there's a nice highs, which is in draw on liquidity. And now if I just go to the 5-minute time frame, okay, or maybe the 15-minute, let me just go to the 5-minute time frame here. Yeah, there's a liquidity sweep, right? And I'm gonna reveal you something which is actually very great. If you just mark out the midnight opening price, which is in 12 a.m. EST, and then the normal daily candle open, which means the 6 p.m. of the daily candle, right? You can see there's an open low. I just told you that it should be having an opening price. So there's an open low. And what is this? Range low, key level, stop hunt, right? Stop hunt, and then the change in the state of delivery here, right? And then the closure on this massive down close candle will be the best thing here, right? After just liquidity sweep. You can see there's a change in the state of delivery here. And if you go to the 15-minute, because we just saw the 4-hour FVG, right? It'll be the 15-minute structures. I'll just show you. Yeah, you can see clearly it swept the low and created a change in the state of delivery here. If you just long this, it'll be the TP. This is how you should be combining everything together when it comes to liquidity sweep time, okay? And the logic of the trade. It should be the open, low, high, close, right? So if this all criteria just combined it together, you'll be a better trader, okay? Every single time. The chances of getting you stopped out will be less if you just frame the trade like this. And you need to recognize this. You need to backtest this or maybe reverse engineer these ideas. Okay, just simply go to the previous examples on the same Nasdaq or whatever the trade asset you just trade, and then simply look for the exact same criteria. Align it with the trend. That's it. And now you got a nice model here from me. Okay, there's a structured and focused, emotionally stable model if you just have a clear plan for this. Okay, you just now you know exact plan for what you need to do if you don't have any, or if you might have the model under the plan, you should need to combine everything if you're an ICT trader. Okay, see you later in the next video. I'll be making a lot of videos, guys. Okay, make sure to subscribe.